I am Blessy here and I am a counseling psychologist. Today we are going to talk about a very relevant concept, that is anxiety. You would have heard about it from people, social media, everyone's talking about anxiety, especially this year. It has brought in so much uncertainty, so much worry, so much concern. Today we are going to talk about what does it really mean to be anxious and understanding some of the root causes where this anxiety might be stemming from. Just to give you a brief, anxiety is when you feel restless, you're unable to sleep, there are thoughts racing through your mind, your stomach feels like it's churning, you're unable to relax. There are a million thoughts that are going on in your mind, and it can be an extremely difficult time to be in. I would request you, if you're going through these symptoms for a long time, kindly acknowledge it and kindly seek help. We are also ready to provide you resources and any support that we can. To start with, I think it's important that we all reevaluate ourselves. Think about introspection, about where we get certain thoughts from, where we get certain ideas from, because from our thought, our mind perceives how we must react, how we must feel, and how we must act. So it is so important that our thoughts are rational, that our thoughts are able to be conceptualized well, and it's so important that we have the right reasons for those thoughts. You will get a better picture as we go ahead. If any of these concepts make sense for you, I would request you to kindly write it down somewhere, take time to think about it, seek support as to how you want to change or improve or get better in that thought as well. This is something called thinking traps, in case you want to read a little more about it. These are certain traps that we have societally, that we learn as we grow up, certain beliefs and systems that make us think a certain way, and we carry it unknowingly. So I hope that this is an insightful session so that you are able to identify if you have any of these thinking patterns. Let's go to the first thinking pattern. That would be something called fortune telling. To be able to say, tomorrow everything's going to be bad. I will not be a good parent. I am going to fail in this project. Who has seen the next day? No one really knows what's going to happen the following day. So if you feel yourself not being able to move forward, always being pulled down because of these thoughts in your mind that say tomorrow you're not going to do well, this is not meant for you because you will fail, maybe it's time to sit down and think, where does that come from? Is that going to be true? Do I really know how to predict the future? The other one would be black and white thinking, completely extreme ideas of thinking. To be able to say, I failed once and so I will not write the exam again, because once a failure, always a failure. This can happen because of multiple failures, or you're a person who's very hardworking but something really unprecedented happened. I'm sorry if it did, but I think you can give yourself another chance, you can give your friends another chance, you can give your relationships another chance, because not everything is black and white. There is a lot of moderate, there is a middle ground, there are things that can be worked with. The other thing is something called mind reading. I don't know if you have heard about it, or you have these concepts that come to your mind. I'm sure they are not going to like me. There's no point of going into the interview and they're not going to take me, because of course I don't look like I'm good for a job. I don't come from a place, I have not graduated from a certain university, or you say that they saw me and I think they don't like me. You really cannot read a person's mind, not even psychologists for that matter. It's important for you to understand that yes, there is perception, there is understanding, there is a lot of verbal and non-verbal cues, but you are not a mind reader. So it helps to ask questions, confront, be assertive, give it a chance and try, because you deserve that for yourself. Another concept is labeling. We do this, unfortunately. People in authority do it. We do it for fun sometimes. We say that, oh, he's never going to lose weight. He's so fat. He is a person who's always procrastinating. And sometimes you start believing these things, though they start as jokes. You see yourself and you define yourself with these labels. It's important, it's imperative that you identify the labels that you have for yourself and think about what you want to do about those labels, but not be under the slavery of that label. Yeah, like, I'm stupid, I'm a loser, nothing good is ever going to come out from me. Understanding that these labels can be extremely unhealthy. Overestimating danger. I understand it's important to be careful where you are. It's important to take risks, to take calculated risks as well. But I think it's important to give a space that something may work than pulling yourself back just because you're afraid of the dangerous situation. Because if it worked well, it could have worked out well. Meanwhile, you can also take extreme safety precautions. You can talk to the right people, do a little more courses, understand yourself better. And all these helps in jobs, in relationships, in understanding yourself, loving yourself, improving self-esteem as well. Yeah. The other is catastrophizing. This is exaggerating. Yeah, I understand sometimes people may call you like a drama queen, or, oh, he's always talking like it's the end of the world. But think about where you get that from. What is making you so insecure to say, no, I did one mistake, the boss is going to find out and then he's going to fire me and that's the end of my life, I will stop getting paid. You go at an escalation level and that can cause extreme concern in your emotional and mental health. I suggest you take a break, you think about, okay, I did a mistake. What is the next thing that can happen? The boss may or may not escalate. If he does, what can I do? If he doesn't, how can I overcome it? To try to stop yourself from going so deep or so dangerously putting yourself in a difficult place, because this is not like it's a flight of stairs that you can go up and down. Your mind and your body and your emotions are equally connected. So when you go into all these thoughts, your body experiences that causes a lot of anxiety as well. Moreover, something that I would really, really ask you to do is write down all your shoulds and musts. Some shoulds are, everyone should love me, everyone should be appreciative of me, everybody should be accepting of me. All these shoulds and musts are actually what make our life much more difficult. If I say I would like that everyone likes me, but I'm okay if some don't, it gives you less pressure. It gives you less stress to deal with these unprecedented, uncertain events. Yeah, many of us would have said 2020 should be the year that I get married, I buy a car, I buy a house, I finish this course. I'm sorry if none of that happened, but did any of that stop defining who you are? Think about it. It would really help you to write all your shoulds and musts. Ponder about it for 2 minutes. Is this should make me what I am, what I think, what I am, what I do? Is it coming from a should? Is it coming from a must? Or is it coming from a place of maybe? I can try. Let me see. Give yourself a chance. We all deserve it. Anxiety is parallelly becoming difficult for people. There are so many issues that can happen due to anxiety if it's not dealt well. Depression can be one of them. It can affect social relationships. It can affect mental health. It can affect physical health too. So take this step today. Try to understand what you are thinking, why you are thinking that way, and see where it came from. If you want more suggestions, there is a lot of information available online. We are okay to give you links as well, and we are here to support you. Eventually, I would encourage you, acknowledge your fear, acknowledge your anxiety, speak about it, seek help, and be safe. Thank you.